It's been a while. I'm sorry. Hi, I'm Rachel Lynn. I'm here to give tips, tricks, inspiration, and motivation along your financial journey. It's been a little bit of time since I have posted a video. I've been pretty busy. I just kind of thought that, of course, now the air conditioner comes on, and I'm not going to turn that off because it is way too hot outside to turn off the air for this video. So, I thought that I would come on, give you a little life update, let you know how I'm doing, how things are going. Things aren't bad. I'll just kind of say that. Like, things are not bad at all. But I needed a break for a little bit. School was very, very, very difficult this year. And I just needed a break. And then after I had a little bit of a break, then it got to the point where it's like, oh gosh, like I haven't been on YouTube for a while. And it just makes it harder to come back. It's kind of like if you haven't seen a friend for a while and you want to call them up and talk to them and chit chat, but like it's been a while and then you just keep putting it off because you know that the conversation is going to be longer than normal because it's been a while, or it just gets harder to talk to somebody that you haven't talked to in a while. So this kind of, we're friends, so this is this is just one of those situations. I am back, hopefully, regularly, hopefully to stay. But I did want to kind of give you an update on how things are going in my life and just what's been going on. I wanted to give you a little bit of an update on my living room. So I am still working on that. I have a couple of videos that I still need to edit and get up for you because there are some things that I have done. There are still more things to do in the living room. It's just, I don't know, it feels like one of those things where it's like, it's a never-ending project, and it probably will be never-ending. Another update is that my dad and I are planning a trip to Las Vegas, so that's really exciting. I've never been to Vegas before, and I insisted that we go see the Grand Canyon because I've never seen it, and so that's something that I really want to do. Okay, so I'm not really sure where it was. I just got a phone call and had to take that, which I will, actually, I'll just go ahead and tell you what the phone call was, but I don't know where it was. I think I was talking about going to Vegas with my dad. Really excited about that. But I am buying a new fridge. It's not a new fridge. It's a few years old. So I found a refrigerator on Craigslist, and people that I'm buying this from, like, I just went to their house yesterday and looked at the fridge. So I am getting a, it's about 5 years old fridge. And I think like it was originally like $2,500 and I'm getting it for like about $500 to $600. So I feel like that might be a good deal. I'm not sure if you know anything about my fridge. It works fine, but the freezer lets in air. And I know it lets in air because my food is very, very frosty all the time. And so it's been working fine for me since I moved in. However, first of all, there's not a lot of space in my fridge, and I would love to do some meal planning and freezer meals, which I've done in the past, and I would love to do those again. But my freezer is just not big enough. And then also on top of that, with the freezer letting in air that gets everything super, super frosty, that's going to result in bad food in the future. Plus, that also means that it is running more than it should be, because if air is getting in, means it's getting too warm in there, and the freezer is running more than it should be, and it's going to cost me money in the long run. So hopefully, new fridge, it'll be good. And if I get a chance, I will put a little clip of the fridge in here right now, if you can see it right now. Okay, so this is the brand new fridge. This is just a really quick sneak peek. And if you want to know more about what happened and the deal with the whole rundown of the deal with the fridge and how I got it and all of that, I'm going to put that at the end of this video so that you can see the rest of my life update. And then if you're interested in the fridge journey, then you can go and watch that next. So this is just a very quick sneak peek for you. So moving on to the rest of my update. Lucy's doing well. There's Lucy. She's doing really well. Well, actually, you know what? She was getting all kinds of bites on her belly. I don't know if you can see them anymore. But she had lots. She's got a couple of remnants left here, you can see. But she had all kinds of bites all over her, and I think it was flea bites. She's gotten a flea treatment, and she's doing much better. So yay. I think she really likes having me at home more often, although I've been a little busy the last couple weeks, so I haven't been home a whole lot, but more than when I go to school. But I do think that she misses her goodbye treats in the morning, because when I leave, I give her a little treat before I leave. And I think she kind of misses that. Actually, I gave her one this morning just because I felt bad. So I felt bad that I wasn't leaving the house. Yeah, my dog's not spoiled at all. Something else that I have been doing, I actually tried maybe doing some thrifting and reselling stuff. I went to 7 different thrift stores and didn't find a single thing that I thought would be worth reselling. So I didn't go that route. So I was thinking about doing that this summer, but I mean, I know I just went one day, and I'm sure that happens all the time to like serious thrifters. Like, they'll go every day and they might find something like once a week. I just went once and kind of like gave up after that. I think I'm too worried that I will buy stuff that I don't really need and that won't resell, or I'll buy stuff that I don't really need intending to resell it, and then I won't sell it, and then I'll just be out money. Like, I don't know. I think I'm too afraid of spending money that I don't want to be spending money on. I might try again. Leave me a comment down below if you think that I should continue trying to do some thrifting and reselling in order to make a little bit of extra money. I don't know if that works out for you very well, but leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you think I should give up and do something else, or if I should keep trying to thrift and maybe even do some videos on that. I'm not sure. But I'm just complete noob with that. So I don't know how I feel about it. Okay. So update on my budget. So I have not been keeping really great track of my budget like I should be. I did finish up my May budget, but it's kind of like in the middle of June, I finished up my May budget and like made sure everything was put in. And I plan on like updating my June budget today. June is almost over, and I haven't put very much in for June. I'm trying not to spend money, but at the same time, like, I've been spending money. So I really do need to keep a closer eye on my budget. And if you would like to see my May budget, even though it'll be like a month behind, then just leave me a comment down below, and I can do a May budget if you think that you would want to see that. Otherwise, I can skip that and go on right to June. I'm not sure how you feel about that. Maybe you want to see that, yeah, I overspent in May. That's what happens when you don't keep track of your budget. Like, you go over budget when you don't keep track of it. So that's what I've been doing. The good news is that I have been working at Churchill Downs a little bit more than I expected, at least in the month of June. So that helps make up a little bit for overspending, but then at the same time, like, I should not be overspending. Like, I really, really, really need to get back on track and sticking to my budget a little bit better. I don't have the wiggle room in my budget to be making huge financial mistakes. Well, not huge financial mistakes, but even like 100 little tiny financial mistakes. I do not have the wiggle room in my budget. So I really need to get back on track with that. And another update is my windows. You may know that I have been working on saving up for new windows. I got my first quote for new windows, and it was close to $2,000 more than I thought that it would be. Although it was $2,000 more than I was hoping it would be, but it was close to what I really thought it would be, if I was completely honest with myself. I think I was basing like my hope based on what my dad's new windows cost like 10 years ago or more. So really, I should have known it was going to be a lot more, and especially with the price of any kind of building materials right now are so high. I've only gotten one quote, and I do plan to get more quotes on my windows. They actually called me today and asked me about it, and I was like, well, it's a little bit more than I thought. So I probably could go ahead and purchase the windows now if I wanted to. The thing that I have about that is that I don't want to spend all of my house fund money on new windows. I want to have at least $2,000 extra left in that budget category after I purchase new windows. I'm very, very, very hesitant to like not have a house sinking fund with at least a couple $1,000s in it. So that's where I'm kind of like, oh, great. Okay, now I have to save up a couple more $1,000s before I am ready to get new windows. So that is basically my life update for right now. I'm doing pretty well. I've had a nice time off, but then I've also been pretty busy, and I can't believe that the summer is almost halfway over already. It goes by so fast. I would love to hear from you. How are you doing? Leave me a comment down below. Let me know how your life is going. And if you have any advice as far as thrifting or maybe new windows, if there's like a certain company that I don't know if they're like local or if they're like all over or not. If you have anybody that you would recommend, I'd love to hear it. And just let me know how you're doing, and leave me a comment down below. Also, don't forget to like this video. I am back on YouTube. Hopefully, I will be a little bit more consistent this summer and get back on track. It's just been, I've been avoiding it just because I was gone, and it's like, it's just one of those weird phenomenons where you just kind of, I don't know, it just makes it harder. The longer you're away, the harder it is to come back. So that is it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. All right, here's the old fridge before the new one comes in, and it is full to the brim. And here's just an example. I've got hamburger buns, and you can see all the frost that's in there. Now I know this is in the door, but still, it's like this has been in there for a while, and it is one big giant piece. Like, it's just one big giant piece. So that's not good. Another thing that I really don't like about this fridge is the seal right here. Like, it is so gross and dirty, and I have scrubbed this a lot. And like, this up here will not come off. None of that will come off. It has been scrubbed so much, and it's so gross and dirty. So it's time for a new one. All right, here it is in all its glory. This is the next morning. So this is not magnetic, so I'm gonna have to put all my magnets on this side, which I've done. So I put in a water bottle to make sure that it gets cold. I think it's cold. I don't know. I don't even know. And then in the freezer, I put in some ice cubes. Well, I made some ice cubes to check, and they are all frozen. They are solid ice cubes. And I also put in a already made ice cube, so this is from the other freezer, and it did not melt at all, so it's frozen. And I also put in a big cup, which, okay, I gotta go around the other refrigerator because it's just sitting here. I put in a cup, and I made a giant block, which this has been sitting out for, I don't know, at least close to 30 minutes or so. So it made a solid thing of ice. So freezer works well. This is my current fridge. It has, oh, I don't know what that was. Okay, it has all of my stuff, which actually, like, this is not working. I don't know if you can tell, like, this is not closing. Like, it's like rubbing on there, which has always been kind of weird, but especially now, I don't know, maybe being moved around didn't help it. So I've got all my stuff, you know, in the refrigerator. So all this needs to be transferred over to the new fridge, and then I got to figure out what to do with this thing. So right now it's in the way. Go back around. Okay. Yeah, so this is currently what's going on in my kitchen. But this is the new refrigerator. It's so beautiful. I need to clean off all the fingerprints from them, you know, taking it apart and moving it and all that. But It's so beautiful. Pardon my appearance. I just kind of like got up for the day, so I'm not looking at my best right now. But here's the thing. Like, this thing was listed on Craigslist for $580. And I thought, this looks like a nice fridge. Sounds like a good deal. Sounds like it might be too good to be true. I messaged and asked, like, why are you selling it? Is there something wrong with it? Not really. It has had, I think, like, the compressor was replaced in December because I guess apparently these fridges, like, they had a recall or something on the compressor, and so that was recently fixed, and something else was also fixed, but it sounded like maybe a good deal. So I went and I was thinking, well, I'm going to offer them $500, but if they want the full price, I'm going to give them the full price because this is like a really expensive refrigerator. And I thought $600 is a good deal. So I went and saw the fridge, and it's like the kindest, most very, I don't know, just such a really, really, really nice older gentleman. And I first I met his wife, and then like their kids and grandkids were there. I mostly talked to this man, and so, well, first of all, when my dad went with me and we pulled up to their house, it's a very, very nice house, a little bit outside of the city, like the next county over, so it wasn't too far, but a good like 20-minute drive at least. And but the house was a very, very, very nice house. They were getting rid of this one. Oh my gosh, these people were just so, so nice. And then we said something about like the problem is getting it to my house. Well, they had like 2 giant pickup trucks, and they said that they could bring it to me. And so when we got down to talking about price, I said, well, I was going to offer you $500. But if you're willing to deliver it, I'll pay $550. Still expecting like I'd pay you more. So he said that sounded like a good deal, and that they could bring it maybe sometime this week, because his son actually works in construction, and then they have the trucks, and so they said that they could bring it. They were planning on maybe doing it Tuesday. Well, today is Tuesday. It's already here. They ended up bringing it on Monday. It was a fight to get in the door. I may or may not have already talked about that, but they had to take pretty much the doors off the fridge and the door off of this door off of its hinges, bring it in through the back door, because this doorway right here, so into the living room, like from the kitchen to the living room, this is like a very small doorway, so there was no way it was going to fit through the door. My front door was big enough to fit the fridge without taking it apart, but we would never get it through here. The back door was a bit smaller. It's a bit smaller than the front door, but without the door on the hinges and without these doors on, we were able to get it through the door and into the kitchen, and it is not leaving this kitchen until this thing completely goes kaput, in which case we'll just take it apart and throw it out. So it'll be fine. That was a huge ordeal, way more complicated than we ever thought that it was going to need to be. And when we got it all in, then this so kind man, he said, I'm going to give you 2 deals. One, you pay me $400 and I will cover any repairs for the next year. Or 2, you pay me $250 and that's it. You don't have to worry about it. And he said, and I don't think that there's going to be any repairs that you're going to need. So I said, let me give you $300 and don't worry about any repairs, because that was a lot of work for them to take everything apart, take apart the fridge in my house in order to get it in here. So I actually gave him $300 for this beautiful fridge, $300. And he knew that I was a teacher because we had been talking, and he wanted to give me a good deal. And yeah, I don't there are no words. So anyway, I'm feeling extra blessed this morning, and yesterday too, but I think I was just tired from the heat, and not that I did a lot of the moving, because they did it all. And so yeah, seeing it in here the next morning, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling extra blessed. So such a kind man. So very, very, very lovely people. So I lucked out. I found the Craigslist post at the right time, and just amazing. So now I got to figure out what to do with this thing.